Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokemon X. With the plant badge in hand, it's time to leave Coumarine City, which is a bit of a shame because I was enjoying the music, but oh well. Ooh, a call. Hello, who's on the line?
It's Spam, how are you doing? This is truly wonderful. I like to think he's saying this really sarcastically.
You want to be careful with what you're saying here, Lysander. Everyone can see your evil intentions.
I'm gonna blow up the world! Oh shit, I forgot about this.
Oh, wait, the dog's calling, bye.
Just don't have him, like, take the holoclip call while he's in the shower, alright? Because I think that would be really bad.
Ring ring, yes, I heard you've got Mega Evolution now. Good.
What the hell?
That's wonderful. Is this really important, guys? I don't need Pokédex upgrades. I was perfectly fine just catching them all and not knowing how many I had.
Yeah, that's true. I really don't see the point of them having to come in and keep upgrading your Pokédex. Why can't you just get it, like, the whole thing from the get-go? I honestly don't understand.
Well, either Sycamore's extremely lazy, which we know he is, and programmed the Pokédex as you go along, or he's selling parts of it as DLC, but we get them for free.
Oh god, man, I can just imagine, like, a new trainer coming in, he gets a Pokédex, well, now you can go catch Pokemon. But you better have $25 extra if you want to finish it off there, kid.
Yeah, welcome to the Lumiose Badlands. It's pretty dry, it's pretty arid, it's what you'd expect from Badlands, but it's teeming with treasure, so get that dowsing rod out and let's go to town.
Now, I actually like how, these little dust clouds here, these are Pokemon encounters, by the way, I like how, you know, they're also moving independently, and you can actually avoid them actively. You know, that's kind of something Pokemon needs more often, don't you think?
Well, I've noticed they seem to track you a bit, and by the way, repels will not work on Route 13, so don't bother quaffing any.
What, you? Not quaff repels even when you don't need them at all? That's ridiculous.
Maybe I should stop drinking repels. Maybe that's why they're not working. That's what quaff means, by the way.
I gotta quit the habit. I've been taking too many repels lately. I think you've had enough repels. No! Give me another.
I've got tentacles in my belly.
Ugh.
Right, that was what I like to call into the trash beam. I'm not looking for a Trapinch. Let's see if I get lucky here.
Roll them dice.
Nope, I've already got a Gibble, so go Fairy and unleash the Pendulette Beam.
Into the trash it goes.
It's like it's vomiting up the Arctic.
Well, at least we have rocks to watch the Pokemon battle this time.
I am pleased and extremely solid.
Somebody draw a face on that rock, that'd be great.
Well, let's see if I can manipulate the RNG by grinding really badly. No whammies, stop!
Diglett dig, Diglett dig, trio.
That's what I'm going to name it, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's a good job we're getting a ground-type Pokemon, because the next gym is electric.
You know, it just occurred to me, like, imagine, like, you know, you and me, we've been playing Pokemon since the beginning, but imagine a kid just getting into Pokemon right now with Pokemon X and Y. I mean, you get all the 3D graphics, all of the advancements, all of these Pokemon, all of these different types of battles. It would be like the most amazing game if this happened like when we were kids. We'd be like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever.
I don't think I'd play anything else, to be honest. Goodbye, Paper Mario. Fuck off, Banjo-Kazooie.
Hey now, Paper Mario's still pretty good. I still need to play Thousand Year Door. My sister has a copy, though, fortunately, and I can actually borrow it now that I've got a Wii.
I see, since you didn't take to the Ultra Ball, I had to downgrade your accommodation. Enjoy that shit.
Hey, the linen in here isn't nearly as good.
Soon it will be level 80, and I will legally change my name to Red.
What I love is that when it does get to level 80, it'll probably still lose to a level 5 Trico.
Don't get me started, mate. Don't get me started.
That was so fucking terrible. Come on, you know it.
I wasn't kidding. I'm gonna do it.
You should have named it Trio to the Third Power, if they have exponents in here. Do like, the, I don't know what that symbol is called, but it's like, the up pointing arrow. This is what I'm saying.
I want to get a Diglett, call it Diglett Dig, and then bring in Trio, Trio, Trio for a double battle.
And then they would just hate you, and I would probably hate you.
Okay, the trick to actually grinding in this area that you might not know, you see there's a little notch in that bar. You need to be going pretty fast, which you might think is easy, just build up a running start, but there's a pretty nasty wind which blows through the Badlands from time to time, and I don't know whether it's timed, but I got some pretty nasty, to bring up this term again, RNG when I was doing these retakes. It took me all afternoon to record this part.
Now, I guess the obvious question is, why the fuck are there grind rails in the Badlands?
Maybe it was part of some structure that no longer stands?
I guess. Was there like an ancient skateboarding civilization that got covered up by the sand?
Apparently that rock works for the power plant. Either that or it's a bit of a kleptomaniac and likes stealing from Team Flare, which is probably karmically correct, but I won't pass judgment on this one, I think.
Oh god, don't tell me there's like 40 of these fucking guys nearby.
Well, if you count the outsiders nearby, no.
Oh, I hate you so much, it's unreal.
Yeah, I probably could have called this part a bundle of assholes.
I'm surrounded by assholes! Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of fighting in this part, so just bear with us, alright?
It's going to be a very casual kind of commentary, and you know me, I'm extremely OCD. I like to keep things on track, keep to a point, but sometimes you just gotta get a bit crazy.
Is this playthrough getting absolutely crazy, Tom? Am I gonna have to get gaming bread in here, just to handle it?
Let me just call up Lysander. Do. Hello, one order of crazy, please.
Why do you still only have a towel on? Sorry. I never got the idea of Swift. I mean, we know that Pokemon can have various abilities based on, stuff they shoot from their bodies, alright? But, we can understand some of it, like, water or fire. Okay, that's organic, sort of. It's like a dragon in Dungeons & Dragons. But then you get stuff like Hyper Beam and Swift, which is like energy stars. I never really got that. How does a Pokemon generate that?
Love, Helldragon. It all comes from love, and tears can revive people petrified. Go figure.
I love this asshole. He lost his fucking pass on the rock that was nearby, and he was too stupid to fucking figure it out. Oh my god.
Fun fact, that situation is context sensitive, and I know because I tested this. I fought him without picking up the pass, because obviously I have a guide, I know where it is, and then I fought him getting the pass, and he says different things each time.
Oh, that's interesting.
I love the music for this area. It's probably some of my favourite interior tunes of X and Y's soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually getting into it myself. I really like this too, yeah.
Bit of a techno beat. And here comes this asshole to ruin the party.
While he was running up, you could have just kicked him.
Just wind up, knock, who's... Oh my god, my fucking flare gonads.
Why even fight these guys? Just do like a running Jackie Chan kind of battle. That would have been awesome.
You actually don't know how apt you are in calling out that kind of move. Alas, poor Fairy, we knew her well. Because I completely forgot which Pokemon he was going to send out, because, I do different takes, information gets muddled up, and then he goes and uses High Jump Kick, and since Fairy's part ice, it kicked the shit out of it.
Oh no, man, I didn't even know Scraggy learned High Jump Kick. I didn't even know what type it was off the top of my head.
It has to hold its pants up. I'm surprised it can actually do a High Jump Kick.
That's true. Well, I'm glad it did hold it up, otherwise we'd be seeing Scraggy junk everywhere.
You ever tried to High Jump Kick a bird? No? Good, bye.
At least he's using Croagunk. Croagunk is, I think I said that last time, I thought it evolved in the Seismitoad.
Yeah, you're just a big old frog/toad racist. I always forget that it's part fighting type. Poison's obvious, but I guess I probably could have told from the stance.
Yeah, the problem with the whole color coding that they tend to do with Pokemon, I see Croagunk and I think, it's water, it's water, it's water!
Again, goes back to the whole frog/toad racism.
Well, it's not racism, more like my general huge stupidity about this stuff.
Oh, just prejudice, then.
No, it's not. I'm trying to insult myself. Go along. Okay, don't go along with it. I'm much better at it. I love that. He's busy redirecting the power. Yes! Good. Go with it.
He was originally going to say cutting off Slowpoke tails. He wanted to dial it back a notch and make it seem less evil.
Man, that scheme was Slowpoke even for Slowpoke.
We're going to cut off Slowpoke tails and sell them for money. Why can't we just capture legendaries and take over the world? Because that's not cost effective?
I don't know. I kind of respect Team Rocket in the sense that, you know, back then they weren't all about the legendaries and shit. They just wanted to make money. They were the mafia, you know? And that's kind of respectable compared to some of the past evil plots we've had, you know, for villainous teams. Let's be honest here.
Yes, I want to flood the entire world, but Archie, where are we gonna live? We've got boats. Cha! I also love this guy jacking up the price of fresh water because it's a crisis. That's capitalism for you.
Well, I'm gonna break his knees because it's a crisis, alright? And I'm gonna jack up the hospital price because it's a crisis.
Thanks, Obama. Is Arceus just shedding everywhere? We seem to be finding these plates all over the place.
Yeah, I was gonna ask when you found the sky plate. I'm like, isn't that something you put on Arceus?
Yeah, you accessorize them with that shit.
Well, what if those things cost like $10,000, you know? Can't we just give him some jeans?
How much do you think it would take to get Arceus tailored? I don't think he'd be even able to make it into a boutique.
I can just imagine that meeting. It's like, alright, you've got God here. You know what, it's gonna be about 30,000, give or take. Just let me work with it a little.
30,000? Jesus Christ. Oh, we had him in earlier, actually. I can't get a bead on the theming of Team Flare's Pokemon choice. They got poison types, fighting types, dark types, fire types, asshole types, I guess.
Well, asshole types, that's all of Team Flare, right? But, I mean, like, I don't necessarily mind. Like, I like having the enemy teams have, like, different types to be able to counter your Pokemon. I really didn't like it. I mean, like I said earlier, I do respect Team Rocket for only wanting to make money, but they had an absolutely shit selection of Pokemon, and I'm glad they're mixing it up here, at least.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, neither of the legendary Pokemon, you know, the box mascots in X and Y, are part fire type, which makes it really odd that there's a team dedicated to capturing them that's based around fire, and yet not a lot of them use fire types.
That's true. I mean, I have to wonder why they decided to call themselves Team Flare. I mean, it had to be for a reason, right? I mean, even Team, Team Magma and Team Aqua, they obviously had a theme. Team Rocket, they liked rockets. That's nice. But other than that, you know.
Yeah, they were rocket aficionados, and the less said about Team Galaxy/Galactic, the better, really.
It's time for the DDT.
He's just winding up a big old cross hammer.
Burning hammer, yes!
Switchy switchy.
Man, I am really liking this music. I'll say it again, it's pretty funky cool.
I'll say it again now. What is it good for? An OST filled with good tunes.
Oh no, it's an attack from a surprise Team Flare grunt. Look, I hope you guys are getting paid good to get your asses kicked by me.
At least when they're put out of a job by us, by the way. They'll have a future as a traffic instructor.
You know, I was actually wondering for a bit there. When this team eventually does get disbanded, what the hell are these people gonna do? Because let's think about this. Their big thing is that, oh, well, we want a world that's only with rich, cool people like us. What are they gonna do after the fact? Let's be honest here.
Well, first they're going to be put into therapy for their superiority complexes. Then they're going to be shoved into Santalune Forest and assigned bug Pokemon.
Are they beaten with bats at any particular point? Because I volunteer to head up that committee.
Yeah, the Pokemon champion himself, or herself, I guess, if you choose to play as Serena, is going to take a Zubat and just slap him across the face with it.
We're going to do this American History Pokemon X style up in here.
Very nice. This asshole right here blocks the direct path to the center of the power plant, because you could have just, like, gone a bit to the right, then gone up a ramp, and you'd be at the destination, but now we have to take on, 1, 2, 3, about 5 Team Flare Grunts.
Yeah, I never got that in Pokemon. Like, I hate these guys who just block the way, you know, the obvious way you want to take, and you can't ever get past them, because I guess when they start blocking the way, they become 500 pounds and fat as hell, and you just can't slide past them. I hate that so much.
I mean, you know, it's kind of like a dungeon mechanic, you know, an impassable path, a dead end, and sort of just using a person, but it's kind of annoying, and it does pad things out a bit, especially since you can't dodge around any of these flare grunts from what I've seen.
I still hate that guy, like, who was in Pewter City. You know that guy, right? That guy I'm talking about?
You may need to clarify, there were a few guys in Pewter City.
There are a lot of people in there. No, I mean the guy who blocked off the path to Mount Moon. Every time you pass him, he's like, "Oh, well, have you visited the gym yet?" I'm like, "Yes, I have. I'm not interested. Let me pass, motherfucker."
What are you, the head of the tourism board or something?
Please come to Pewter City. Oh my god, nobody likes us, I swear to god. It's like that Geosinge town. Nobody likes visiting a town about fucking rocks, alright?
Right.
Well, at least Pewter City has the museum. You know, they have fossils. That's something to do. Geosinge didn't have shit.
It had grass, I guess.
It had shit rocks. You know what happens when you leave shit out in the sun for too long.
Well, it had a hotel, so I guess geologists could go there for a holiday.
Oh, good. It's got a hotel. Also, see, every other city made.
Come to Geosinge. We cater to geologists and only geologists.
Come to Geosinge. We have a hotel and a bar.
You'll get plenty drunk. Moving on.
You will get food at Geosinge City. I don't miss Golbat at all, though. I mean, you know, he was kind of lame in Gen 1. I guess for the time, you know, you had to make do. But since then, much cooler bat-ish Pokemon have come out, like Gliscor and Gligar, for that example.
Crobat's pretty cool, but the methods used to get him are a bit tedious, honestly.
I never got the deal with Crobat. I mean, I like the top. Make no mistake, the top's pretty good. But I have no idea what the fuck is hanging off. Are those his legs? Feet? What are those?
I have evolved beyond the need for feet.
Oh god, no. He's become the ultimate life form. Wub, wub. Dun, 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 dun. The clamps!
Clamps, kabams. Is that ever gonna get old?
No, it's not. I love the clamps. That's like one of my favorite Pokemon on your current team. Like, it's really good that Mawile is getting, you know, some time to shine, because you barely ever see it in any other teams, you know?
Well, if you go on Pokemon Showdown, I'm sure there's a few matches saved that exclusively use Mawiles. Probably just to spite you, actually.
Well, I mean, you know, I didn't want to bring up my lack of competitive knowledge again, but still.
Just to get back on topic a little bit, we have a few sources open here, such as Bulbapedia, Pokebeach, etc., you know, just in case we run out of insipid jokes to make or things to talk about. And I was doing a bit of research for this part, because it's, you know, overly long with flare grunts and such, and I came across an event Pokemon called Volcanion, which is said to reside in the Kalos power plant. Now, you may be thinking, well, this area is pretty small, where does it appear, if anywhere? It actually appears in a locked-off portion of the power plant, which is on the eastern side of the Badlands. And there's 3 entrances to the power plant. There's the one by which we entered, but there's 2 on the eastern side, which, for whatever reason, remain locked throughout the course of the game. Even in the post-game, I think they're still shut. And since it's an event Pokemon, I guess they would have to distribute, like, a key or something, a special item, by Wi-Fi, or just, you know, send out an update that triggers the opening, because people actually had to hack into the game to find Volcanion among other Pokemon which aren't relevant here, so we'll bring them up later in the game. And it turns out it's actually a more fitting Pokemon for Team Flare to fawn over. It's fire and water.
Really? Fire and water, you say?
Indeed. I thought it was going to turn out to be some kind of sauna-type Pokemon, but it actually looks vaguely metallic.
What if it's a mechanical sauna bathtub type of Pokemon?
Now you're just being silly, Helldragon.
Yeah, they'll definitely never make Pokemon of that. You know, they made Pokemon that possess washing machines and keys, but you know, I think that's just drawing the line.
Okay, Mr. Pedant, if you check Skype, you'll see a picture of this Pokemon.
Alright, let's take a look.
It's the third one down.
Let's load up this bad boy. Oh, that does look very nice, actually.
Uh-huh.
I'm into that. I hopefully you'll get one, right? You know?
Well, if we happen to go past the post-game, and I would like to for some extra content and all, we'll see if we can get our hands on these new legendaries.
Now, what do you think of this Evo right here, Talonflame? Because personally, I think for like one of the early birds you get at the beginning of the game, early bird, you see, but I didn't even intend that one, but you know, for the final Evo of those, I think it's easily the best one. It's got a cool design, you know, good types, fire and flying. Apparently it has, like, the highest speed stat of any fire Pokemon, and apparently in competitive, yes, I'm gonna bring this up, in competitive, if you give it the right moveset, it can absolutely wreck everyone's shit. So I'm honestly pretty pleased with it.
I think we should add Helldragon talking about competitive battling to the HellfireComms bingo card. But seriously, yeah, I like Talonflame. It's fast, as you said. It's got a decent move pool. The only downside to it is the name, which is kind of childish, actually.
Well, you know, actually, looking at the name, it sort of looks like what they would have named this thing in Generation 1, don't you think? Because Generation 1 Pokemon, in comparison to more recent ones, their names are actually pretty simplistic. Like, Diglett, Dugtrio, Voltorb, come on.
You've got a point there.
I mean, I don't think it's bad. I like the name Talonflame. I think that's fine. I think the Pokemon itself, you know, all around is just pretty good.
Are you guys just going to keep using this Pokemon? For God's sake, get a gun!
Yeah, get a gun Pokemon. They'll finally make one. But, yeah, I'm not feeling Gulpin's evolved form here. I mean, what's with the diamonds, like, around its waist? I don't even know what those do. Like, I guess it's to break up the design, but they kind of do a half-assed job, don't you think?
Yeah, it looks like they were, like, just sketching a muck on their lunch break or something, and they were like, shit, we need to make a new Pokemon for the Hoenn region. Put some diamonds on there, remove all the textures, and give it a bit of a spaghetti mustache. Boom, done.
Time for the DDT!
Winding up a big ol' haymaker.
It's always time for violence.
2 Evos in one part? Yes.
You spoil us, Tom. Now, this Evo in particular, when it first got revealed, like when the game first came out, there was a lot of controversy over it. Don't you remember that?
Vaguely. Was it the fact that it looks too human-like?
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest, it's not my favorite final Evo design. I don't like the way the bottom tapers out. I don't like how the fur coming out of its ears is so big. I mean, looking at it now, like up close, it's not as bad as when I first saw it. But I don't know, I think the other final Evos like Greninja and Chestnut look way better than this guy. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's not my favourite final evolution. For a starter, you can probably guess which one it is. Gen 1 Charizard for life. Yeah. But I like it. I was initially pretty cold towards all of the starter evolutions, really, middle or final forms. But I guess you could say I warmed up to Delphox.
It is so late, isn't it?
This kills the man.
This kills the Helldragon, thank you.
You got a pretty bitchin' signature move as well, Mystical Fire. Do we have any information on that?
It basically says that Mystical Fire, it's the Delphox is the only one that can learn that, and it's good because Delphox apparently has the highest base special attack of the fully evolved starter Pokemon, which is pretty nice.
We shall put that to good use, I assure you.
Yes, burning the fuck out of stupid people who shouldn't be part of an evil team.
Speaking of, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you better be shuddering. The countdown's going on. -1, -2.
Why are you going into the minuses? What are you even counting down towards?
The end of assholes everywhere, Helldragon. I don't think we've covered this, but anticipation, as far as I know, I haven't read up on it, and I could open a page on Bulbapedia, but that would be far too much effort, apparently, is that if the Pokemon you're facing has a move that's super effective against the Pokemon you're using, your Pokemon will shudder, just like Kroger did before we put it into an early grave.
Yeah, that's sort of like that swift realization that death is about to come and you are completely powerless to stop it.
Yeah, it's a type early warning system, if you will.
That is the power of anticipation.
I'm gonna sound like an uncultured swine when I say this, but what's that a reference to?
Rocky Horror Picture Show. You really are an uncultured swine.
I love Tim Curry, I've just never gotten around to watching it. I've seen It, does that count?
No, because It is not the same as the It I was referring to, that It being Rocky Horror.
It is missing a couple of letters at the beginning, if you catch my drift.
I gotta say, for all these battles within this, black, lightless dimension, at least the floor tiling is really nice.
Yeah, you'd think the battle dimension inside a power plant would have more lights, apart from the one floodlight, which is just aimed down on us.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
You'd think we wouldn't discuss these things, but then there are a lot of Team Flare grunts.
Yeah, I mean, they really just wanted to try their hardest to make them seem like a credible threat, but they're not, and they're fucking annoying, let's be honest.
Well, that's over and done with now. Now, we get to take on some of the admins of Team Flare. Are they difficult? No.
just go, are you fucking stupid? Of course they're not. It's gonna be the same assholes, and they're probably gonna have the least amount of Pokemon. It's not even gonna be a challenge at all. Why are we fighting these guys again? Honestly, why are we fighting these guys?
Because they're keeping energy from reaching Lumiose City. They're siphoning it, basically. That's why we're here.
Oh, well, that's good. Why even bring out the Pokemon? I'm gonna get my baseball bat, and I'm just gonna break all their fucking legs. I don't even care at this point. These guys suck, alright?
Is that Cyclops on the right?
No, I think that's Rachel Gray, now that I think about it.
Or maybe one of her descendants who decide to take up her great-great-great-grandfather's legacy.
Oh, hey, it's Rude from Final Fantasy VII.
I preferred Reno, personally.
I like Reno, too. Just don't show up in any more Final Fantasy VII movies, really. I don't recommend it.
And in the meantime, don't watch any Final Fantasy VII movies. Anyway, have you seen Mega Houndoom, good sir?
No, but I bet it's super spiky as hell, right?
It is more edgy than your body has room for.
Well, I don't know. The human body typically doesn't have a lot of room for spikes. Last time I checked, that wasn't very conducive to the human form.
Well, don't Mega Evolve into Mega Houndoom then, and you'll be A-okay.
I should evolve into Mega Helldragon. Alright! Now I have dignity!
I have evolved beyond the need for retakes.
All I needed is magic!
Steady on, Sparky, you're not Red's Pikachu.
Wow, that was so impressive, dude. You're really getting to me here.
Team Flare really teach their subordinates to lose with dignity, throwing temper tantrums and stomping their feet.
And banging their own heads. Good job, guy.
Alright, Rachel, you're up.
Come on, loser. You want some of this? I mean, it's not going to be like, every other person I've completely killed on my way here.
Oh, 'cause she's winding up for an optic blast.
Oh god, no! Behold!
It's gonna go straight through me.
Yeah, I really don't care about your name. Your name is Roadblock, alright? Let's be honest.
You don't need your name, I don't need your digits. What I do need is your total, utter loss.
She's wearing the visor that Godot wears in Ace Attorney.
Well, first and foremost, I think it's pronounced Godot, and secondly, if a coffee cup Pokemon came out of that Pokeball, I think I'd lose my shit.
Well, I'm already kind of close to losing my shit, considering how many inanimate objects they already made out of Pokemon,
If you bring up that fucking ice cream Pokemon, I will hit you through the internet. I love that little guy.
Alright, I guess I won't bring him up. I will, however, bring up the fucking key Pokemon again. Some people actually like that guy, did you know that?
Yeah, there's like fan groups for it and shit.
And I mean, I guess, to each their own. I'm not saying Voltorb is like the pinnacle of Pokemon creativity here, but the key guy, really? He's not really that interesting.
Now, you might think there's a special strategy to beat this mighty Enna, but no. Other than the fact that it's a bit of a recording session ruining asshole with its, wanted desire to roar and bring out Pokemon that it can use super effective moves against, it's just a few levels higher and that's it.
Well, isn't that completely random, what Pokemon it brings out with Roar, though?
Yeah, it's, like I said, RNG.
I don't understand why you would use Roar in a Pokemon battle. Like, Wild, I get it. Like a Suicune roars, your Pokemon runs away, it runs away. Okay. In a Pokemon battle, you're fighting, though. Like, the Mighty Enna doesn't actually try to run the fuck away. They just let you bring out whatever asshole you got next.
Well, again, it's random, and think about it from the other side of the coin, as it were. Say you're facing down something that can do super effective damage against you. You want to nullify that and bring out something else. If they're using an entire team that's super effective against you, you're fucked, but at least you're trying.
Well, yeah, I guess it does have its uses. I'm just trying to figure out how it would work in, like, the Pokemon world. Like, if you're in a Pokemon battle at a gym, alright, trainer, take your Pokemon back, put your other 5 Pokeballs on the floor, run them around, and just pick one at random. We're gonna do, like, a drawing here.
Oh, I didn't realise this was the Superheroes Anonymous meetup.
Is this the Superpower Flower Hour?
It's weird. Didn't we see 2 of Professor Sycamore's assistants, and didn't they say they were going to investigate the power plant? I didn't see him on the way up here.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's really strange that these 2 people instead came in their stead. I wonder who they could be!
Just to get away from your very passive-aggressive anger. I noticed that their scarves are red and blue, or if you want to put it another way, ruby and sapphire.
Hoenn fucking confirmed. Is it really confirmed? Come on, let's be honest here.
Well, in Gen 5, or no, Gen 4, sorry, we got a Gen 2 remake. They kind of skipped that and went for sequels in Gen 5, so I guess there's going to be a Gen 3 remake in Gen 6.
Like, there's a basic hint, grasping at a straw, Hoenn fucking confirmed, right? That's how it's supposed to work?
Well, there's actually quite a few straws hidden throughout the game in drawers, probably inside Pokemon somewhere, but I digress. What did you think about the Kalos power plant, mate?
It looked like a pretty cool place, and I think it would be a dungeon that would fit in other games, like Star Ocean or Xenoblade. I think it would fit really well.
Mm-hmm. Weren't you talking about Rogue Galaxy as well?
Oh yeah, Rogue Galaxy. I don't recommend you play that, by the way, if you haven't played it. I just don't. I mean, it's not bad, but for some reason they decided to have real-time battles with random encounters. Why the fuck would you do that? See, he should have bought his coat at the boutique.
Dude, that's hobo chic.
Well, it probably costs like $10,000 to get that kind of clothing, too. Let's be honest.
I've read the guidebook back to front. I still don't know what's going on with that guy, so I'm just as much in the dark as you guys are right now.
Yeah, we'll see what goes on with him eventually.
Finally, a different part of Lumiose City, and it's been a while since we've actually been here.
It's actually been a while since we've seen Shauna, too. I mean, ever since we found out the dark secret that Serena has and how she's not very good at her job, I can kind of tolerate Shauna a bit more.
Here you go, Shauna. Have a new badge. Not as bad as you could have been.
You get, like, what's, like, the Girl Scout merit badge thing going on for not being as bad as you could be?
God knows, mate. I was only in Cubs for about 2 weeks, and I got bored and went back to playing N64.
Yes, Shauna, it's kind of hard to miss it. Thanks.
Now that Lumiose has opened up properly, there's plenty to see here. We can go and learn new roller skate tricks. We can visit swanky hotels, get into fights in dark alleys, all that cool shit. Not to mention there's a taxi service running now to ferry us around this massive, massive city. A bit daunting, actually, but that's a story for another time, and indeed, next time. beep boop diddly boop diddly diddly boop bong.
Wow, did you bring in a Pokemon Center for this playthrough? I could not tell.
Right, let's have a little sit down there, and that's pretty much all the time we have. Expect a slightly shorter part next time, where we take a little tour around Lumiose City and see what it has to offer truly. See you all next time. Bye bye.